Hello everyone, I hope you're doing pretty well today. I'm going to play some twos with Sam. It's going to be a little bit different today. I'm going to be commentating and telling you what's going through my mind in certain situations. So it is a bit different, but I do want you to let me know if you like it or want something else. I can commentate for twos, threes, whatever, and I'll definitely aim to get better at that kind of aspect. So in the game, should be interesting. When Sam and I play twos, it's always left goes if we're both lined up for the kickoff. So I get an early flick and I get a demo here, so he should be able to put it in. We scored there because one of the other players went for a boost instead of going straight back to his teammate to help out. Just a side note, when a kickoff doesn't go your way and the ball kind of flops just where it started, just in the middle, you should probably just head back to net if you were the person who just went for the kickoff, to help your teammate deal with any opponents trying to get an easy goal on you. They're able to get it, so I get a pretty poor clear on that. I will follow it up here, try and put some pressure on. I get a post hit, and then I'm able to double touch that in. I couldn't do that again if I tried, so pretty lucky there, but nonetheless, it's a goal and we're 2-0 up. So that was meant to be a fake kickoff, but that didn't end up working because the other guy messed up his kickoff as well. So it just ends up lucky that he missed the flick. So the ball's fallen into enemy hands, but I've been able to pick one off, and I realised that, oh wait, there's someone AFK. I'm able to put it in the net. So we get a rage quit, or might have had to go somewhere, or had a connection error, I'm not sure. But it's now 2v1. So we should be pretty comfortable in winning this, but obviously psychological pressures could come into it, could completely stuff up our whole game. So I'm just going to wait for him. He couldn't do much with that. I don't think he had a lot of boost. It's not the greatest clear for me. I went for another bump, but didn't really end up doing much. So here I end up trying to pinch the ball, but it ended up being a really great pass for a sitter shot for the other guy. But yeah, so we're trying not to lose our momentum here, but we do end up mucking around a little bit in this game. So there you go. There's some toxicity from Sam. I warned ya it was gonna happen, so. There you go, just a bit of banter from him. So that was a really poor hit for me. I was really aiming to try and hit that off the side and maybe into the midfield, but just ended up going backwards. So Sam's able to get past the lone defender and able to put that in. With a pretty nice flick, quite clean. So I told him, I went for that left boost because I told him to try and do a fast kickoff, but he told me that he forgot to boost, so that's the reason for that. I got it over him here, and I got a center, but Sam's just screwing around here. I get a pretty nasty fake here. Poor guy, get faked in a 2v1. I really hate 2v1s. It's really unfair when your teammate leaves you just alone. That really sucks. So I went for a fake kickoff here. It worked, but his kickoff just didn't happen for him. So Sam's just screwing with his mind here, just mind games. It's a good challenge from him though. Get it off his hood. So I'm able to beat him to the ball and get a counter. So I tried to find Sam in the air. I did, but It was a little bit too late and too slow. So obviously we're screwing around a little bit. I get a pretty bad clear on that. I really should have just hit that with the front of my car rather than the corner of my car. Good challenge from Sam again. It'll just be a lot of 1v1s, him versus us, so here I see that he doesn't have a lot of boost and he's not able to get a lot of momentum behind that shot. So I just waited. It was a good recovery from him to get that save. Credit to him. He was very fast in that recovery. So here I'm going to push up. I see him not anywhere near his net. So he comes back, so I try to find Sam in the air. He pre-jumped. Quite interesting there, but we are just mucking around at this point. And that is a really good bump from him, but he's able to turn back and able to pressure me. This is a pretty poor dribble from me. I showed him too much of the ball. He's able to counter, and Sam kind of well stuffed up the save there. You could say that. But as we all know, going backwards when trying to hit the ball is very, very difficult. So here again, he's just going around. 45 seconds left to go, so we're just trying to wait the game out. It was a really nice flick from him, but I did see it was over. So when you see the ball go over crossbar, I tend to just go out of ball cam to see exactly where the ball lands, so I can either catch it or clear it, depending on how many people are around. So he gets a pretty good bump on me, but it gives me a pretty good recovery back to the net. So he goes for an air dribble here. His touches are far too big, so he just ends up hitting it too far over. And that's game one. That's game one over, so it was 2v1. We were expected to win, obviously. We did. Not in a particularly nice fashion, but the job was done. I do have to say, I do like the new look of Aquadome. It looks really clean, pretty fresh. I don't think they've changed much in the new update. I think the new Batmobile goal explosions come in, but that's all I'm really aware of. I didn't look into it too much. So next game on Near Tokyo, we come up against two Smurfs, Ball Chaser 97 and Just Forfeit GG. I personally was coming into this game thinking these guys were pretty good, and they were good. They were pretty good. So I try my best to smother that hit. I knew he was in the middle, so I do my best to get across there as fast as I can. So he misses, a fortunate miss. I'm going to try and get that to my teammate, but it didn't quite work out. I aimed it too far to the orange half. I'm going to let my teammate follow for a bit. I got a good challenge on that. That's a really awkward bounce for me, but I'm able to get a good save here. Sam's pretty aggressive, so I'm going to let him push that. I'm going to hold back here. Let him go for it again. He misses. So it's a pretty fair 50-50. Goes across halfway. So I'm going to go up for that and just beat him. I don't need to get anything on target yet. I'm then going to let Sam go. And this was a really poor shot from me. I completely misjudged that. I really should have scored that, and I'm just spazzing out on the ground there. So I didn't quite know what they were doing. They were really confusing me, but I just waited until they finished what they were doing, until a loose ball came out, and then I pounced on it, and I tried to get a center off it. So Sam unfortunately lets him dribble all the way into literally our goal line, so that really wasn't smart from him. But yeah, it was a good save from him to get back. Obviously he knew that his teammate missed, so he had to get back as fast as possible. So that's over. I don't really need to worry about that. I still went up though. I tried to get a touch away, so maybe I get a decent clear. I completely misjudged that as well. I need to work on my backboard reads. So I crossed that over to my teammate. I let him chase it. I have no boost. I'm not going to push that because I don't have a lot of boost for my recovery. So I'm just going to wait until this middle boost spawns. It does, where I get a challenge. And again, Sam being the aggressive one, he gets beaten there. I'm always cautious about when someone comes off the ball and is coming back down and the trajectory of that person is looking like it's going to touch the ball. I always wait just a split second until they've definitely missed the ball before I go, because I could get beaten and they could go under me. So he'll get a pretty good boost still, but I'll switch the ball over so it's not exactly convenient for them. So I try to hustle in here. I beat one. I'm able to get like a center, but it was way too much for Sam to get on the end of it. So that was a really good pop from him. I even tried to read it. I did to a point, but I didn't quite know he could get it that high. So yeah, Sam completely misjudged the ball here. He definitely should have made that clear, but obviously he didn't, and they scored from it. So these guys are probably champion rank. Maybe Diamond 3 standard, so these guys are definitely better than us. As a team, anyway. So I'm going to wait for this clear. That was really good. So I know he can't follow the ball as close as he would have liked to, so I do try and push that. I try and get an angled shot, but I was a little bit cautious of my low boost, so I didn't want to commit to it too much. Sam misses here. I'm going to try and get this down the line. I couldn't beat the first man there, but I will try and... I'll now clear it down this side, since Sam missed. I won't go up for that, because I see he's already up for that, and he'll definitely beat me mid-air. So I'll get a challenge there. I don't want to get him too close to the goal, and that first person who's closest to the ball carrier should probably go and challenge, provided that there's someone behind him. So that's game 2. So we took a loss there. They just really outplayed us for the most part, so fair play to them. They did win fairly. They're both Diamond 2, so it was a pretty fair matchup. You guys will probably see a video in the next few days about a tournament. If this happens, then we play a 3v3 tournament, and it's not for anything serious, but Sam and I and another player is a friend of ours plays 3v3, and we aim for a bit of fun there, so I hope that'll be entertaining. Anyway, thank you for watching. I do hope this was entertaining, some sort, if not informative. I just want you to know what's going in my head when I make decisions and when I push, when I don't push and whatnot. So I hope you enjoyed it. I'll be definitely interested in doing some more, but for now, see you later.